Hey guys, it's Amy. So I realized that I totally forgot to share some of my favorite parts about stamping blends that I wanted to share, so I am going to share those now. So we'll do another little bonus live, and I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around again, put it back up in my stand. So one of the cool things about blends that I meant to show you and then got all excited about coloring and forgot was that, I'm going to zoom in so we can see closer. Is you can use them on, you can use the Stampin' blends because they're alcohol based on other surfaces. So you can color with them on vellum or acetate sheets, like transparency sheets. And because they're alcohol based, they dry and they won't smear. The other thing you can do is you can take and color on things like rhinestones and pearls. I usually use the brush tip, that's the one that I like the best. But then you can take and color your pearls. So there's some that I colored orange, and that one that I colored with the Bermuda Bay, and that one. Can't really see it in that light. That was the light color. If I do the little bit darker, you can get a different. I do the brush tip. I'll zoom in a little more, see if we can see it better. There we get the different colors of pearls, different colors of rhinestones. So any colors that you have the markers in, you can use the pearls or the rhinestones. It's not showing up real great in the video, but they're there. Maybe a different color. Try the pink. It might show up better on video. You just never know. Well, that's going to be fun. Need some bright pink rhinestones, you can do that. You can make them lots of different fun colors, and because they're alcohol based, they don't bleed onto your fingers and they don't smear, so that's a great use for them. And then another thing that's a fun way to use them is you can create your own colored ribbon. So if you have white ribbon, you can take your brush tip and you can just hold your ribbon and rub your marker across it and create colored ribbon. And it's really fast and easy to do, and because it's alcohol based, it dries really rapidly and you can just use your ribbon right away. You can do this technique with the regular markers or with ink refills and water, but then you got to wait for them to dry. But with the blender pens, Stampin' blends, because they're alcohol based, they dry really fast, and you can have custom colored ribbon. You know, if you have some white ribbon on hand, you can turn it into another color ribbon, and again, it doesn't bleed or rub off on your project because it's alcohol based and it dries really fast, unlike the dye ones. So anyway, that's one of my favorite things about it, and I forgot to share it, so I hope you enjoy.